Hey there, I hope you're doing well. As you might have seen in my community post, unfortunately the last gameplay episode had some impactful mistakes as well, so I'm not able to use it. Of course I'm talking about the episode that I would have released this week, not the one that was released last week. That was alright. Hooray for me! Right now it seems like I will be able to record new matches on the 27th, so one day before this video is released. It will most likely take me until the second week of June to release the first video from that session though, so I just wanted to let you know that. But now it's finally time to bring you a commoner deck for the last class I haven't talked about yet. Of course, I'm talking about ninjas. To be more specific, it's a draconic ninja. Well, technically I haven't talked about merchants either, but since they are not really all that relevant in commoner as of yet, we'll ignore them for now. Our game plan is to go wide and then a little bit wider still. We'll empty our hands almost every time and we'll try to win by out-tempoing our opponents. Is that a word? Anyways, Fi tends to do that pretty well. I also put a stupid super clunky combo in here as well, but we'll go over that later. It's one of those 1 in a million things, so let me know if you ever pull it off in an actual game. I know I'll try. For now, let's take a look at the price of the deck. It costs a whopping €7.41, but 3 of those euros come from 2 sync belows alone. So basically the deck costs €4.41, and maybe you can get the syncs super cheap somewhere, or you have them in your collection already. Our hero Fi has a passive and an instant ability. The passive ability allows us to start the game with a Phoenix Flame in our graveyard. That Phoenix Flame comes from our deck, we do not get a third flame. His instant ability costs 3 resources to activate, or does it? It lets us return a Phoenix Flame from our graveyard to our hand. This ability costs 1 resource less for each Draconic Chain Link we control. In all likelihood, this ability will cost us nothing almost every time. We're going to use his signature weapon, Searing Ember Blade, as well. For the cost of 2 resources, we can swing with it once per turn to deal 3 damage. If we control 2 or more Draconic Chain Links, it even gains Go Again. Since it's a Draconic Ninja weapon, it will also count itself. Play a Draconic attack beforehand and Ember Blade will gain Go Again. In our head slot we have Mask of Many Faces, which is really cool for ninja builds that rely on combos, which we don't. But it's here for the janky non-keyword combo. For 1 resource we can destroy it at instant speed and name a card. The next attack action card we play that turn gains that name. It also has 1 armor and blade break. The next equipment is also necessary for our combo. Heat Wave can also be destroyed at instant speed to give our Phoenix Flames +1 attack until end of turn. You can probably see where I'm going with the mask now. Sash of Sendikai is the 3rd armor with an instant. If we destroy it, we gain 1 resource, but we can only do that if we've played a red card before. And with this card revealed, let's take a look at the stupid theoretical turn that is possible with all of this. Just keep in mind that this is an extremely unlikely best case scenario. Play Ronin Renegade into Ember Blade, pitching a blue. Activate Heat Wave and then Mask of Many Faces with a 1 floating, naming Phoenix Flame. Destroy Sash of Sendikai to play Flame Call Awakening, searching the 2nd Phoenix Flame. Activate Fi, then play Phoenix Flame, and finish with a Lava Burst. And there you go, the mostest, stupidest 19 damage you will ever deal. If you optimize that scenario even more, and we say we have 2 Phoenix Flames in our graveyard already, if we replace Flamecall Awakening with Stoke the Flames, that would make it an even 20 damage. Stupid? Yes. Unlikely? Yes. Something so dumb I wanna pull it off at least once in my Flesh and Blood career? Yes. Where were we? Oh yeah. For our legs we have Snapdragon Scalars, which will give any attack in this deck Go Again if we destroy it as an attack reaction. If we really need a little more armor, we can slot in Iron Rod Plate and legs. And since we have a handful of blues, we'll go for the magical 3AB as well. To get that, we switch out our weapon for a harmonized Kodachi. Once per turn, it attacks for 1 resource and 1 damage. It gains Go Again if there's a card with 0 cost in our pitch zone. As it is one-handed, we can now use Arcane Lantern in our offhand. Let me tell you, it has Arcane Barrier. Shocking, I know. Of course, the Lantern is complemented by Nullrune Robe and Boots from our Spring collection. Today we'll sort the deck by attacks, then buffs, and lastly defense reactions. And let's sort the attacks by Natural Go Again and Conditional Go Again after that. With Natural Go Again we have Flamecall Awakening costs 1 resource and has 3 power. When we attack with it, after we've played another red card, we may search our deck for a Phoenix Flame, put it into our hand and then shuffle of course. Inflame costs 0, pokes our opponent for 1 and has to do with our Phoenix Flame as well. When we attack with it, after we've played a red card, we may return a Phoenix Flame from our graveyard to our hand. What does Phoenix Flame actually do? Well, it costs 0 and attacks for 0. If we control 2 or more Draconic Chainlinks, Phoenix Flame has +1 power. It's not a lot, but since it always returns to our hand, one way or another, it all adds up. We also run all colors of Rising Resentment. For the hefty cost of 0 resources, we attack for either 3, 2 or 1. If it hits, we may banish an attack action card from our hand with cost equal to the number of Draconic Chainlinks we control, and if we do, we can play it from the banish zone that turn, and that card costs 1 resource less to play. So in this deck that means the attack will always be free. Then we have the red and blue Ronin Renegade with power 3 or 1. It costs 0 as well and simply has Go Again. Nothing more, nothing less. The blue Brand with Cinder Claw is more of the same, in this list at least, as it costs 0, has 1 power and Go Again. It would make our next attack that Combat Chain Draconic, but all our attacks are Draconic anyway. Now for the conditional Go Againers. Great word, let me write that down. Blaze Headlong, aka Blazing Hedgehog, costs 0 and strikes for 4. It gains Go Again if we've played a red card before it that turn. The red and blue Lava Vein Loyalty are free to play and hit for 3 or 1. If we control 2 or more Draconic Chainlinks, it gains Go Again. Lastly, Stoke the Flames gains Go Again if we return a Phoenix Flame from our graveyard to our hand after Stoke has hit. It costs 1 resource and has 4 power. Also, let's not forget the 2 cards that don't have Go Again either way. I mean, not me, I would never forget that, really. No, never, I swear. I didn't forget to add that, no, totally not. Anyway, Breaking Point costs 1 resource to play and attacks for 5 damage. If it's played as Chainlink 4 or higher, we destroy all cards in our opponent's arsenal if it hits. And Lava Burst costs 0 and deals 2 damage. If that is played as Chainlink 4 or higher though, it instead attacks for 5. The buffs we're running are the red Minnowism, Nimblism and Razor Reflex. Minnowism and Nimblism both have a resource cost of 0. Minnowism will give our next attack that turn with base power 3 or less plus 3 attack. And Nimblism will buff any attack action card in this deck by 3 as well. Razor Reflex is an attack reaction that also buffs our attacks for 3. But we get a choice with this 1 resource card. Either we give our sword attack the buff, or we buff target attack action card with cost 1 or less by 3 and it even gains Go Again if it hits. Almost at the end now, only 2 cards left to go as we move to defense reactions. First there's Sink Below. We all know it and hate and love it equally. You can see it, no need to talk about it. And to finish it off, we have the blue Unmovable. It costs 0 and blocks for 5. But if we've played it from Arsenal, it gains +1 block. I'm glad I was able to upload a new deck tag after last week's hiatus. I hope I'll be able to keep it up, but as I mentioned in the last gameplay video, I can't promise anything at the moment. Life's a winding road and all that. But for now, if you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider liking the video and subscribing, because there will be a lot more budget deck techs for all kinds of formats and even gameplay videos coming your way. With that said, I'm gonna do something daring now, like sitting down and breathing. Take care of yourselves and until next time.